Hello, folks. I just want to give you a rundown on what's going on down in Antarctica because there's a lot of hype going on right now about the military heading down and evacuating scientists and civilians, and they're going down with an arsenal of directed energy weapons, what we call DEWs. And so I wanted to give you a brief rundown. I debated about it, but I'll go ahead and do it. Alright, so this is the Antarctica. Now, most people think Antarctica is just a big pile of snow on the South Pole. The South Pole is actually down here somewhere. Hitler owns this area up here, New Swabiland. And our scientists pretty much own this area over here. I think it's where they have their set-up research centers. New Zealand's over here somewhere, I think. This way. But, Antarctica is an ancient civilization. Before Earth was restored, replenished, recreated, it used to be a thriving angelic civilization turned into a fallen angelic civilization. And so all this was part of the fallen angelic civilization that Lucifer ruled over. There were 7 of them on Earth. And this is one of them. And like I said, when the Lord wants to bury something and he wants to destroy something, he'll put it under 100 miles of ice, or water, or sand. And so that's why a lot of these ancient civilizations, they found traces of them, evidence of them, but they're hard to access. And that's because, like the one Atlantis, off the coast of Florida and Cuba and the Bermuda Triangle, and then the one in Lemuria, which is off the coast of California, that has tunnels all the way to Nevada. They're hard to get to. And so, but I want to talk about this one. And I know a lot of people think this used to be the one that was connected to Atlantis. Of course, our equator now is not what it used to be. It's much higher, and so all this used to be connected to Atlantis, which up by Florida and Cuba. It used to all be one civilization. Of course, now the Earth has a new equator line. Earthquakes split the land apart, divided it. We have the oceans now, and everything's changed. Okay. So what's going on? Well, if you've read the reports, the military is moving down with advanced weapons, DEWs. Now, why do you need satellite tech, DEWs, directed energy weapons? If they were fighting humans, probably down here a snowball fight would be good enough to knock somebody out with an ice ball. I don't know. They're not fighting humans. Apparently they think their directed energy weapons can take out dimensional beings, which is going to be really funny. I just don't think they know what they're dealing with. And so that's why I'm doing this video. Alright, so let's back up. Back on February 2nd, there was a fight. And yeah, this is the guy I'm usually fighting with. This is not Jesus Christ, the Son of God. These are pictures of Sananda, the fake Jesus that's coming. Now, the church accepted these photos of Sananda as Jesus Christ, the Son of God. This is Sananda. Let's see which one he typically goes by today. Probably something close to this. He's very tall, very skinny, very effeminate looking, and see if I can find one. You get the idea. Because when the churches see this guy, they're going to be saying, "Oh, that's Jesus." No, it's not Jesus. This is Sananda. The churches adopted and accepted this look for the Son of God. And it's going to cause them a lot of trouble. That's why I say, you know what? Start calling him by his real name, Yahushua ben David. He wouldn't have these problems. His name isn't Jesus. Jesus was an invented name in the 1600s for the KJV. No one prior to the KJV ever called him Jesus Christ. His name was Yahushua. Yahushua ben David. People say, oh, Jesus is the English name. No, there was no J in Hebrew. And it's not Spanish. It was from Iusis, which is Greek, which is Hail Zeus. So wake up, folks. Wake up. Anyway, me and Sananda were in a fight. And Sananda was given a deadline. Certain deadline. To get me off their stupid little blacklist that they've had me on since 2004. And he did nothing. What he did was went and got buddy Germain, who got involved. This is Saint Germain. He goes with all this new age violet flame crap. He's the one behind Nasera and Gesera and the violet flame and all this healing crap of the New Agers. It's all garbage, folks. But he got involved, and he tried to kill me. Him and Sananda tried to kill me. And so they were taken, and they were put into a lower realm of hell where they've been since February 2nd or 3rd of this year. And so they've been incognito, which pissed off the Chinese elders who were trying to come against me the last 2 weeks, and I had to be fighting them on the weekends and destroying their ships and attacks against me, and of course that didn't fare too well for them either. So here's where the story picks up. On February, let me see, it was the first Friday. On February 3rd, Antarctica was destroyed by angelic forces. And in destruction, I mean all of their access that they had to the ancient civilization. They had found their city under the ice. They were getting access to their technologies. And Germain and Sananda wanted to pull them up as part of the New Age to kind of beef up who they are as ascended ambassadors, angelic beings. Look at all the technology we have. And so they were going to utilize a lot of the tech that was buried under the ice here. Well, the angelic forces sealed off their access to Antarctica. Sealed it off so they can't get it. And the Father put creatures on the continent to keep people away from it. And so now you have the military going down there evacuating people off because these creatures are vicious. And so I'm sure they're evacuating off to save their lives from these creatures underwater, on the land. And I think they're going to try to use their directed energy weapons to try to destroy the creatures. But that's not going to fare well for them. And so, like I've said, it is under quarantine, basically. This whole area. They will not be able to access fallen angel technology. We have it sealed off and blocked. And creatures are creatures. I mean, people think, the Father, well, he creates anything he wants. Well, you don't always know or are familiar with how he works. He can create creatures as well. And creatures work for him. Do you think Lucifer rules hell? No, that's the Father. And those creatures that run hell 24/7, they work for the Father. They do as he commands. Just like the creatures that he has put on Antarctica to keep people away from the alien tech and the ancient civilization down there. They no longer have access to that. And neither will the fallen angels. They're the ones who particularly are being blocked from it, because humans couldn't even get to it anyway. But Aztec Command wanted to use it to try to prove what angelic beings they are, what gurus they are. Well, they've been blocked from it too, so... Anyway, that's what's going on. Evacuating humans off of there to get them away from the creatures who will attack them if they try to access the South Pole, the underground cities there, or any of these access points to get to the South Pole, or the ancient civilization that's been buried under the ice. All of it being blocked off. Anyway, till next time, everybody. Yablas.